is one of the well-designed programs on prevention and response to gender-based violence in Africa.
I would say the key exciting outputs from this meeting is that we are now seeing the Africa bloc as the Region Spotlight Program engaging with the heads of state at Africa level to influence the development agenda and get commitment at that level. And with that, initiating that kind of development coordination, we can only grow from strength to strength.
The Spotlight Program is one of the unique programs. It's looking at the country specifics, but also bringing in the aspect of the regional component. Now, the regional component working very closely and directly with the African Union and through the Office of DCO, and then bringing together country specifics in a bid to move as a team in terms of addressing some of the challenges that we do have on the continent in relation to sexual, gender-based violence, but also on harmful practices, especially on ending child marriage and harmful and female genital mutilation.
This platform has helped us come together and share knowledge from the implementation at country programs and the fact that it also has this field visit which really helped us to see the change at grassroots level, makes it a very unique opportunity for both the regional program as well as the country programs.
This workshop was very timely in bringing together different actors. It allowed us to fully understand the Spotlight Initiative program in its entirety, what country level CSRGs are doing, and also what the other pillars of the program are doing. So this has enabled us to have a full understanding and appreciation of the program.
The need for us to strengthen the involvement or the effective participation of young people. The current and next generation is for young people. And young people are very innovative. We've been sharing how they're using digital platforms, how they're using different applications to report and provide services. That's the way to go. Entities, agencies, and civil society organizations driven by young people is very, very important.
A key takeaway has been how we can work together, bringing together the different experiences of the individual countries into a collective effort where we strengthen the women's rights movement, not just at country level, but having these movements at continental level. And I was also very excited with the profiling of young women taking up leadership and stepping to the forefront of championing very critical cross-border issues like child marriages and FGM.
Key takeaway, I think, also came from the African Union on the commitment that they've been in position to showcase and provide in ensuring that there is movement beyond the initial phase of the funding. And this has been highly echoed also from the AU by taking this initiative up through the member states on how they should be in position also to play their part in raising resources to make sure that we address the challenge of sexual and gender-based violence and also harmful practices across this continent.
And a lot of advances has been made by the country program. So at a regional level, our role should be how to scale up those best practices or promising practices and make sure that they are also multiplied in other countries.
So the key takeaways, I think it's starting from the fact that the Spotlight Initiative comes into plug into other existing programs. I think we need to understand that there have been other programs that have been happening around eliminating gender-based violence against women and girls, but suffice to say that it's important to note that gender-based violence still prevails in Africa and there's still so much that needs to be done. So the Spotlight Initiative, in my view, provides an opportunity, a platform to expand that which already exists. It's important that we have government buy-in in all of these initiatives. And that's important for sustainability.
I feel it's important that the AU at the regional level and other entities and the UN at the regional level can really support us in terms of resource mobilization internally, because it first comes as a commitment from our heads of states to put aside resources, but also externally. And of course, demanding accountability from the member states.
The spotlight did not build in a vacuum, okay? The spotlight came to build on existing structures. And it is these existing structures that we want to strengthen. One of that, for instance, if I may again recall and talk about the accountability framework on harmful practices. It is a responsibility, also a commitment that comes from member states. And they are expected and mandated to implement and ensure that this trickles down across the countries and gets to the lowest level of implementation, which is the grassroots.
I see ourselves tapping on and moving as a block with synergies and cohesion and better coordination, because only then can we make maximum use of the increasingly dwindling resources. We know the resources are dwindling. What are we doing about it? We have to make sure every dollar counts. Integrative programming, partnerships in implementation, joint implementation of activities, and we expect the regional program to lead by example, to bring us together to start implementing in that new way.
There is a lot of lessons that are drawn from implementation so far, and there are opportunities for sharing and widely dissemination, but also ensuring that they are taken up to inform further programming and policy around violence against women.
It's a premier program in Africa. I don't think we've had such a program that brings together different RUNOs, different stakeholders, with governments taking leadership in this program. So for me, I think it's an exciting opportunity to derive lessons and really document.